Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Marketing Monday. It is the Monday after Thanksgiving. So, if you are watching this from the United States, I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you are watching this from somewhere else and you also celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope that you had a great holiday as well. And if Thanksgiving wasn't on the calendar for you, then I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. So, I'm really happy to be here with you today. If you are watching this live, be sure to give me a hashtag live in the comments. Let me know you're here. Drop a good morning. If you are watching the replay, same thing for you. Maybe it's good afternoon for you, but definitely give me that hashtag replay and let me know that you caught this. I am just, like I said, I'm just really happy to be here with you guys today. And so, in honor of that, I'd like to start us off by you dropping a win in the comments. Wherever you're listening to this, just give me a recent win. It doesn't have to be business, although that would be nice in terms of kind of motivating other people along. But, it could be that you did not eat nearly as much as you normally do for Thanksgiving. So hitting a health goal, or maybe you ate more than you normally do because that was your goal. Maybe it was the fact that, you had a win because your kids are old enough to help you do the dishes now. And so you didn't have to clean up all of that stuff after Thanksgiving yourself. So just let me know, like, what does that win look like? So I'm going to share a recent win with you guys. I actually posted about it yesterday on Facebook, on my personal profile, but I interviewed Tiki Barber and Jared Augustine last week on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So Tiki Barber is a former New York Giants football player, and he's also hosted Netflix's Ultimate Beastmaster. And Jared Augustine is a former executive at the company that purchased Grubhub. So he's got a ton of like marketplace experience. Guys, like, I could not believe that I was getting on with somebody who used to work at Grubhub and a New York Giants football player. Like, what? So this was a huge win for me. And the reason why I'm sharing it with you is because if I hadn't reached out and grabbed that opportunity, if I didn't take advantage of the opportunities that were presented to me instead of just waiting for them to come to me, I actively pursued different opportunities that led me to interact with their PR person. All right. So that's like a huge thing. And that's something I wanted to share with you because I believe that all of us have a lot of, this purpose, not just one purpose, but this impact, right? That we all have the potential to have. But if you sit back and wait for that potential to just happen to you, for that potential to just manifest for you without doing any of the work to get out there, you are going to miss out on so much. And I do not want that for you. Okay, so somebody dropped a win. They said that they're getting messages consistently now and they're scheduling strategy sessions, which is fantastic. So Streamyard requires certain permissions, so I can't see who this is right now, but I'll see it once I log in on Facebook. But congratulations about those strategy sessions. That's a huge, really important step. So another question for you, because it relates to the topic that we're going to discuss today. What are your business goals for the new year? Like, when you're looking at 2021, like, everybody's doing these webinars, like, let's plan your business and let's get it, everybody. Let's, go into the new year strong. And like, what are you going to be doing? What are your goals? Are your goals 6 figures? Are your goals 7 figures? Are you aiming for 8 figures? What are you doing? And so that's kind of like what everybody's been talking about right now. So what types of business goals have you, had recently? How are you looking to grow? Right? Like, because I'm sure everybody in March thought that this was definitely going to be over by December, but December's tomorrow, guys. So what are you going to be up to? What are you doing? And so the reason why this is important is because right now is a great time for planning. It's a fantastic time for planning, but there is a huge gap between you and your business goals. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. So the big problem is that most people don't have depth perception when it comes to their goals. Like, they can shout out into the universe, I'm going to make, mid 6 figures. I'm going to hit 500K this year, or I'm going to hit 100K. Like, that's what I'm going to do. But what they fail to do is translate those big goals into monthly, weekly, and daily actions. So you have this big goal, and then, you get to June or whatever, and you're thinking, man, I'm like not even close to that huge big business goal. Like, why did I even set that goal? I wasn't going to make it. And so you start to discourage yourself about halfway through the year. And then you definitely don't make it because you've got all this negative self-talk and all these, all that negative energy just weighing you down. So how are you translating those big goals into monthly, weekly, and daily actions? And yes, I do use the word translating intentionally because I used to be a translator. If you don't know that about me, I translated Persian Farsi. And the thing is the more advanced you get in a language, like the higher up you get, there's less direct translation possible. And here's what I mean by that. So translating a children's book, generally pretty easy unless it's got a bunch of idioms and stuff in it. So like, see Jane run, whatever, that type of stuff. You can translate pretty much word for word. But if you're looking at a movie or an article that's incredibly high level stuff, you have to translate conceptually. And so that level of translation is incredibly difficult. And that's where like the most skilled translators sit. And that's why, they can get paid the big bucks. But even something like if you take like Nike's Just Do It, right? Like you cannot just translate that. You can't just translate it without considering the ramifications of all the words and everything that you're using. So this is a big thing for me right now is because I'm seeing a lot of people with their webinars and like how to set your goals and this and this and whatever. But what people are failing to do is say, okay, you can set that goal, but how are you going to work towards it every day? And so don't get me wrong. I am a think and grow rich type of person. I believe in manifestation. I believe that you attract what you focus on. So if you focus on that six figures, I'm not saying that you're not going to get there without this step of translating down from your big goals down to the smaller goals. But what I am saying is let's help it along, right? Like, so think about it. How many opportunities might you be missing out on because you failed to translate big goals into smaller bite-sized actions? How many opportunities did you miss this year because you failed to do what I'm talking about last year? And so this is a big thing that I do for my clients because that's one of the things that we have to consider is, okay, we've got these big business goals. How does that translate to marketing, first of all? Okay, so how does it translate to marketing? But then how does it translate to monthly marketing actions or weekly marketing actions or even daily marketing actions, the actions that you take as a business owner when you're networking, right? So those types of big goals to translate directly to, okay, what type of networking groups do I want to be in? Or those type of big business goals also translate to, should I be pivoting right now? Should I be pivoting right now? Should I be looking at other streams of income? How can we potentially set up other streams of income for my business? Okay, those new streams of income, do they require different marketing goals? Do they require different marketing tactics? These are the types of things that you have to ask yourself. Yes, thanks, Lindy. Yeah, you get there faster with a plan. Manifesting, big believer in it, but you get there faster with a plan. When you have your plan laid out, you actually can afford an opportunity, you can more easily assess the opportunities that come to you, right? You can say, hey, like, so me as a business owner, I have shiny object syndrome. Like, I'm like, oh, look at that thing. Maybe I should go chase it. And then I've dispersed my energy and, I'm no longer nearly as focused, don't have as much time. So that's a problem that I have. And so this problem is remedied by the fact that I have a plan. So I can say, hey, is this something I should be pursuing right now? Or is this something for later? Or is this something for someone else? Maybe this is an idea for someone else. Maybe that's why this idea came to me, is so I could give it to somebody else. Maybe it's not an idea for me, right? So there's a lot of reasons why, all of these things come to us, and we will manifest what we focus on, but you will get there faster with a plan, just like Lindy said. And more importantly, you will preserve your energy and focus it. So if you've got these big business goals that you want to make for 2021, I am all for it. I really am. But the big thing I want to say to you right now is make sure that you understand how it goes from your business goals to your marketing, to your sales, to your fulfillment, whatever that looks like, whether it's a product or a service, what that looks like for your fulfillment, what that looks like for your different revenue streams for your business, and how that translates out for you, in a monthly, weekly, daily type of fashion. Because when you have those goalposts set, you can pivot. If you know that the goal is dead ahead, you're not going to be running backwards unless that's part of the plan. But for the most part, right? Let's keep it basic. You're not going to run backwards when the goal is in front of you. But if the goal is to the left, I'm not pointing to the left, I'm pointing to the right. But if the goal is to the right, you're not supposed to be going dead ahead. You're not supposed to be going the way that you're facing. You're going to have to pivot, right? So if that's what needs to go in your plan, then that's what needs to go in your plan. And if this is something that you need help with, please reach out, because I might be able to help you. And if I can't, then I probably know somebody who can. And this will be time well spent. If you've been a business owner for even a few years, you understand what lack of planning can do. You understand somebody who's in their first year of business, they're just kind of winging it and stuff. Maybe they don't appreciate what planning can do for you, how much money planning can save for you, how much time planning can save for you, how much of everything you can save if you invest in this type of planning and strategy for your business. So please let me know if you need help. Like I said, I might know someone, or I might know someone who can help you, or I might be able to help you. But the most important thing at this stage is to get help if you need it. We've seen a lot of businesses struggle, not make it this year. Do not be one of those businesses going into next year. Let's plan and see what's coming up for your business. Let's plan and see how your actions today can impact your business operations and revenue into the next 5 years or even the next 10 years. So remember, a couple things you owe me. You owe me a recent win. Give me a recent win if you haven't. And then, let's talk about it. Like, what are your business goals for the new year? Is this something that you need help with? Make sure that you get that help. And then the only thing I want to tell you right now is this week, we have our last guest for season 6 of the Defiant Business podcast. You can find that on Anchor. You can find it on iHeartRadio now, and a lot of the other places where you might catch your podcasts. Dr. Gail Hayes, she's a race relations consultant and executive leadership coach, and we've got actually 5 episodes from her for you. So you want to make sure that you catch those, because we had some very thought-provoking conversations, and I'm really excited to hear your feedback. So make sure you subscribe, like the podcast, review it if you haven't already. I'd very much appreciate it. And yeah, so don't forget that recent win. Let's amp each other up. Let's power each other up for the week. Give me a recent win that you had, and let's, give everybody that round of applause. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and I will see you later.